It's Thursday, so we're talking about investing for retirement with Jonathan McCoy from Market Advisory Group. Jonathan, of course, thanks so much for being here on
Absolutely.
this Thursday.
Every week, happy to be here.
Absolutely. And Market Advisory Group, as you know, specializes in money management for pre-retirees and for people already in retirement. But Market Advisory Group really isn't just about financial advising. What else do you guys offer?
Yeah, so it's important to understand. I mean, the foundation of what we do is investment management for our clients, and we're focusing on helping folks that are, as you mentioned, preparing for retirement, maybe within that 5-year window prior to retirement, regardless of what age you plan to retire. If it's in your early 50s, your late 50s, mid 60s, even into your 70s, working through that transition includes a lot of things other than how your money is going to be managed, which would be things like Medicare. Medicare planning has become a huge part of what we do for our clients, but also forecasting what is your tax bill going to be on your retirement assets. We actually have a website called retirementtax.com that you can go and do an online at-a-glance calculator of what the estimated taxes on your retirement assets will be. So we found that to be sort of a helpful icebreaker for people to say, wow, this is what retirement will cost me. This is how much the IRS is going to say. So Market Tax Services and our CPAs are there to help with that. And then really to tie a nice tidy bow on the entire plan, we have our estate planning team with Eidelman Law Firm in-house as well. And quite often I find myself with the financial advisor, the CPAs from Market Tax Services, our Medicare advisors, and our estate planning attorneys around the table at the same time to address that wide range of questions. And this is why we reiterate offering that one-on-one consultation, because ultimately we don't know if we're going to be a perfect fit for each person, but if you've got some of these pressing questions, we don't charge anybody anything to come in and have a chat, and if nothing else, we're helping to make more educated decisions for folks.
Well, and clearly you've got quite the team over there, so for those viewers sitting at home who don't have a team like this in their corner right now, what are they missing out on?
Well, we find a lot of times these conversations are more or less connecting the dots. How much money are you planning to spend in retirement has a direct impact on what your tax bill is going to be, also has a direct impact on how much your Medicare premiums are going to cost. And in the long run, if you don't plan to spend every last dollar, I do have clients that say, I just want my last check to bounce. That's a kind of a funny thing to hear from folks, but if you want to use all of your assets you've worked so hard for, that can have impacts on the estate plan. But if you do plan to leave an estate, especially if you've got real estate, rental properties, other legacy items that you want to leave to your family, having that estate planning, it's all very closely connected. It's not just about how much do you have in stocks and bonds. It's a very narrow way to look at the retirement picture. This is why we emphasize working with the entire team.
And so for you, is there a client that comes to mind that was really headed for big problems, moving in the wrong direction before coming to Market Advisory?
Yeah, so several clients have, I think, had an eye-opening moment with us when we start talking about, especially for married folks, the concept of potentially losing a spouse in retirement and what that does to not only the budget, the Social Security benefits, but also the tax rate. If you go from a married couple to a single person filing as a single individual on your tax return, that has a dramatic increasing impact on your tax bill throughout retirement. And we find that, as a lot of financial advisors are only really able to and licensed to give advice on just the investments, these are some of those long-term impacts a lot of folks are not having addressed in their retirement plan. And, I could tell specific stories to the end of time, but with our limited time today, I think the important thing for us to focus on is making sure that your financial professionals are asking you the right questions. Because oftentimes we don't know what we don't know. You're going in to talk to a financial professional. They're giving you advice, but you may not know what questions to pry on. So we've got a process built around identifying a lot of those uncovered or unturned stones.
Well, Jonathan, thanks again for taking the time today.
Thanks a lot, Grace.
And to schedule a complimentary consultation and submit your questions, you can visit AskOurAdvisor.com or call 816-548-2000. They'll take your questions and even meet with you one-on-one free of charge. And if you include your address, Market Advisory Group will even send you a free gift.